Hi there, good morning everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So this is the episode we do at the beginning of every week. Well, technically, as I say every week, the series episode came out this morning. That's technically the right one, but for the beginning of the week, it starts now with this episode, which is called This Week. So basically, this week I talk about all of the stuff that's going on in the regular channel shows for the week. Also, any series I may be running for the month. In this case, we have 2 months dividing in this week. We have the end of September, the beginning of October. So I'll talk a little bit about the old series and a little bit about the new series. And also, I tend to go back and just discuss anything that may have been a bit of a problem last week. We had several, actually. The first one occurred Tuesday when I decided not to start the new series until this week. There was a few things I wasn't sure about I wanted to talk about with Ben before I started the series. So it will start this week coming. So it didn't occur on Tuesday night. I apologize for that. Wednesday night, very late episode for favorites. I had it recorded, was uploading it when the power went in the building and actually the whole area that I live in. So, and I'm not quite sure how long it was out for because during the power outage, I was also out sleeping. I think the lights might have woke me on when it came back on, and I uploaded the video, which came out around 10:30 or so, I think. So pretty late. I do apologize for that, but some things are beyond my control. Also Thursday, and I think Thursdays was also late due to work, and possibly Fridays as well. I can't quite remember. But so I apologize for the lateness, everything. I try to get everything back on track starting after today because I had a couple of problems. So this one's going to come out later today. I had stuff going on that I'm trying to get done. Quite a bit of stuff going on. Try to organize everything. I think everything's pretty organized now. We'll be able to just do the actions now without having to worry about any more organization. Anyways, so tonight's Into the Prog verse, which I had originally thought I had already set up. I didn't. I noticed it today, so I'm going to do it right after this video. I'll organize it, set it up, and put it out so you can see what's happening. So that's it for opening part of this, the looking back a bit. So the episode this week, of course, as I've said, we'll be talking about all these things. The next episode, and that, of course, will come out probably around 2 or 2:30 now because I'm very late here. Into the Prog verse tonight will be 4 albums that I have that have great covers and a great music for them. There's no particular 4. I just decided on these 4. So the first one will be Merlian's Script for a Jester's Tear. I love the cover. Music is fantastic. Wobblers, Hinterland, another great cover. Some very good music on that. We go to Steve Hackett here for the Voyage of the Acolyte. I do like this cover quite a bit. It has a kind of mystical feel to it, almost science fiction-y like, but more mystical, I think, than science fiction. And then the last one, kind of a similar thing going on. Warrior at the Edge of Time from Hawkwind. Very science fiction-like, very mystical type, like maybe Lord of the Rings-ish type thing going on here. Music is also fantastic. So those are the 4 albums we'll be talking about tonight at 8 o'clock on Into the Progverse. Monday, we have Monday's Look Back at a Classic Rock album. I've chosen this one from Phil Collins. This is Hello, I Must Be Going. Kind of a poppy album, but there are some of his best stuff is on here, and I wanted to kind of do this album because I've done 2 other ones by him, and this one definitely deserves to be in there because I think it might be my favorite of the 3. Next up, we have, and of course that will come out at 8 o'clock on Monday. The next up is the new mini-series, which is called Deep Cuts, and it will feature Deep Purple, and we'll get more into what it's actually going to be about when we get to the episode. It will come out Tuesday at 8. For Wednesday, we have favorites again, and I've decided to do a kind of a 5-album one. I do these once in a while, so this will be 5 albums that are immortal. Basically, albums that if you come back next century or 100 years from now, they'll all still be probably well known and well listened to. So that's my 5 albums that are immortal coming out Wednesday at 8 o'clock on favorites. Next up is What's New. We're going to do an album that I talked about yesterday on end of the month Prog Roundup, and that was Aerostation Rethink. We're going to be doing that album. It's an Italian band. We'll be doing that for What's New this week at 8 o'clock on Thursday night. Then it's Friday night, time for Who Did It Better. The song that Ben chose is Women in Uniforms, originally done by an Australian band called Skyhooks, and then covered a couple of years later by Iron Maiden themselves on this album, but not this particular version. This is the North American version. I believe that song is on the Australian version. It might be on a Greatest Hits too. I'm not sure. I don't own the Greatest Hits. But yeah, so it was originally released on Killers, but only on the Australian version. Next up, we have, and that will be Friday at 8, of course, yes. And then next up, we have Ranking the Songs, which will come Saturday at 8 o'clock, and that will feature Eloy's Colors. We're going to rank the 8 tracks on here. This was my original Eloy album, my first one, and deserves to get attention. I haven't given it much attention over the last couple of years. I've been so busy with other stuff, but wanted to give it a little bit of attention, so we'll be doing that on Ranking the Songs off an album featuring Eloy's Colors, which will come out Saturday at 8. The other show will come out Tuesday at 12, and that's new albums I purchased for the month of September. Usually the last day of the month is when I do it. The last day of this month will be Tuesday, so I will be doing that. New albums purchased. At this present time, I only have 5 albums. That might change. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But 5 for sure anyways. And hope to see you all for that. So that's it for the regular shows. Now, just a little bit about the series. The series for the month of September, which is my 30 favorite rock artists that have passed on, is coming to a conclusion, of course. We're down to the last 3 days, I believe. Or is it 3 days? No, 2 days, because we already had one this morning. So we have 2 more to go. I'm going to leave that to most people. I think will have a good idea who the last 2 are going to be. And they will come out on Monday and Tuesday. And then we're going to do an honorable mentions, which will also come out on Tuesday. I will probably put it out around 4 as I'm doing the new albums purchased at around 12. So the one at 12, one at 4, then you'll have your regular Tuesday night show and the morning series for the final episode of 30 favorite rock artists who since passed on. Okay, the next month's series will start, of course, on Wednesday. We'll do the first 4 episodes this week for the month of October, and that the series will be the 31 great scary albums or have a monster on the cover or a monster of some sort. Being a prog monster myself, I kind of like monsters a lot, so these aren't going to be in any particular order, and I'm going to number them 1 through to 31. They won't be going in reverse order because we're not really actually ranking them or anything like that. I'm just going to randomly pick out the 31 albums. Basically, we're doing this because it was requested by a subscriber on the channel for this series, so I thought it was a good idea basically to deal with Halloween for the month of October, so we're going to do that. So that'll be my thing for October. Hopefully everybody will enjoy the series. 31 albums that have a scary feel to them or have a monster on them of sorts. Anyway, so that's it for the channel for this week. I hope you will see you throughout the week and that you'll find something that's enjoyable to you. Please hit the like and subscribe. And if you want, you can talk about anything I've said in the comment section below, or maybe make a suggestion or something that you may like to see in the future. I try to accommodate where I can, and that's within my reason. Okay, so take care. Have yourself a good one. Goodbye here from Prog Monster. Bye.